Alrighty guys, we are moving on to bronzers now. I have 3 liquid / cream bronzers and 4 powder bronzers. So let's start with the liquid cream bronzers first. I have the Drunk Elephant bronzing drops. I tell you what, these are fine, but using them as a cream bronzer, I don't love it. So I know my niece is obsessed with these, so I am just going to declutter this and give it to her so she can use those. The next one I have are basically 2 contour sticks. I have the Mishko Beauty contour stick in the shade Light. I absolutely love this product, actually. It's a beautiful color. It is so nice and blendable. Let me see if I can. It just blends out so beautifully. I absolutely love this product. So this is definitely staying around. And the next one that I have is the infamous Anastasia contour stick in the shade Fawn. I will say that this one is a lot more firm than the Mishko Beauty one is. So that's it there. And I find that it's a little more stiff to blend out, but again, it's very pretty. So I will keep that one. And I feel like the tones are different enough to where I could use this one in like spring or summer and this one more in the fall or winter. So I'm okay with keeping both of these. All right, moving on to the powder bronzers. Again, I have 2 more that are kind of darker and 2 that are kind of lighter. So let's start with the lighter ones first. I have the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is just in the shade Bronzer. And it is just a typical kind of bronzing shade. It actually looks like it matches my skin tone pretty well, almost like a powder would, but on the face it does look more bronzy. So I do enjoy that, and I'll probably keep that one. So there's a little bit of that other swatch left. Okay, and then I have the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer. This one is in the shade Buttercup, and I don't think that they actually are selling this shade anymore. But it's like, it was their lightest one. And this, I'm telling you, is such a beautiful shade because not only is it a bronzer, but it's also got some of that pinkness in it. It's so hard to tell. Maybe you can tell in the actual pan. But it is kind of almost like a blonzer, like a blushy bronzer. And it's just absolutely beautiful. I will be keeping this one as well. Okay, next, as you guys know, I have been using the Defiance Beauty Bronzer. This is getting too dark, and again, that waffle pattern is showing up, girl. But with that being said, it is starting to get a little too dark and too tan. I don't love the tone of it either. It is pretty orangey of a bronzer. I like a more neutral, almost red toned bronzer. Which, speaking of, this is the Anastasia powder bronzer in the shade Tawny. I don't think they sell this shade anymore either. As you can see, I have a good dent in this. This is the type of bronzer that I really, really like in their summertime, and you guys can see the difference in the tones there. Also take a look at them in the pan. Sorry, I'm trying to wipe off my fingers so I don't get anything dirty. So you can tell a big, whoa, please don't break it. A big difference in the tones of the pans. Really love this red toned bronzer. So yeah, I would rather keep this one to use in the summertime. So I will be decluttering this. So out of my bronzers, I got rid of one of the liquid bronzers, kept 2 of them, and then I'm decluttering 1 powder bronzer and keeping 3. So, and I feel like the powder bronzers that I kept are good for different seasons. Like this one is really good for fall, winter. This one is good for like end of summer, beginning of fall, and then jumping back into spring. And then this one is just absolutely gorgeous in the summertime. So I feel really comfortable with being able to get my usages out of the products that I kept. So yeah, was able to declutter 2 products out of this category. I'm really happy with that. Next we are going to do highlighters. So we'll catch you there.